On August 30th, just 7 weeks after arriving on campus, Baker Mayfield became the first true freshman walk-on quarterback in history to start a season opener at a BCS conference school. That day, he threw for 413 yards and 4 touchdowns while running for another. Texas Tech beat SMU 41-23.
The first thing that comes to mind is Baker always had a ball in his hand, running down the hall, doing something, and he would always, in fact, after several broken vases, you never saw him without a ball in his hand. And he announced to James and I think he was 3, that he was watching Saturday morning cartoons in his TV chair, his favorite TV chair. And he jumped up and he said, "I'm not going to watch cartoons anymore, I'm going to watch ESPN." And he literally did that. I'm not joking. From that day on, he decided he watched ESPN.
Lake Travis struggled during Mayfield's senior season, posting a 9-2 record. And once his dream school, TCU, opted for another quarterback, Mayfield was suddenly left without many options.
I can't say that I was, I have to be real careful. As coaches, we have to be real careful what we tell our kids. If they ask us our advice, we tell them, we try to guide them. But at the same time, I don't want to push him to one place or another because it's his life and he's the one that's going to go spend 4 or 5 years there, not me. But probably behind closed doors, the coach was like, "What are we doing? Why? Baker's going to go to Tech. They're signing a guy in his class. Michael Brewer is another one of our kids that's already there, and he's kind of the incumbent. He's going to be the guy. Will he ever get a chance?" And that was what we were fearful of. And Michael got banged up, and then, I've said this many times, shows how much we know. Baker goes in and just, kicks butt and is the guy from the first game on. And so that we're very, very proud of that. We, I've been asked a lot of times, did you see this coming? Well, I can't say that I saw him being the starter this early on in his career, but I knew that if he got the opportunity, I thought he would make the most of it. He's a very smart kid. I knew that the guys on the team would want to follow him because he's so bright. He makes them feel better. He did that for us when he was here, and so I knew that would translate to the college level. And he can throw the ball through a brick wall. I mean, he's got a heck of an arm, even though he's not the tallest kid in the world. So after Baker's junior year, we won a state championship. He was a starting quarterback for us, and so he started to get some attention. I do remember during that run, probably the semifinal week, the week before the state championship game, a Max Preps article or something came out, and I think it was the top 25 national programs, and we were in there somewhere, Lake Travis was, and it was a picture of Baker, and it said the 5'11", 190-pound Baker Mayfield, and we all gave Baker some crap about that because 5'11", and he's really about 6'1", maybe a little over 6'1". He's a big kid, maybe not prototypical for Division I quarterback, but he's definitely big enough. But from then on out, we did start getting some calls. When the college guys would come through, they'd ask him to see how big his hands were. They'd ask him how tall is he really, coach, and things like that. But he did get a lot of attention because he had put up some great stats, and when they see his video, he's throwing the ball around everywhere. He made plays with his feet. That spring, we're pretty blessed and fortunate. We're the type of program that a lot of college coaches come through. And so when they saw him throw the ball, they were impressed with him. It was a little.
Baker Mayfield that time on the quarterback draw. He cut it a little bit left and then sidestepped the defender right about the 5-yard line and was free to go into the end zone for the touchdown.
I think he's got a great future ahead of him. I think you saw his progress in high school. He really developed, and I think the same could be here. We have talented players around him, and so if he continues just to worry about himself and not try to do it all, I think he's got a really good future. I think the confidence for a young guy, he doesn't seem to get rattled much. If he makes a bad play, he's right back in it. If he makes a good play, he's on to the next one.